The Taliban came out. By the way, I got in trouble for that, except like Tucker Carlson and a lot of conservatives have weirdly been defending, well, not defending, but like kind of siding with the Taliban on issues of like critical race theory, as though the fucking Taliban know what that is.
Well, that's very important to many Pashtuns. So
Isn't the Taliban also pro-vax, which I thought was
I think they're not.
They're definitely
I think they are anti like medicine, but they allowed vaccinations to happen and they helped set up vaccination centers.
Well, I mean, they're fine with medicine, but that's I did not know that. That's pretty funny. I mean, that's like,
surprising.
I mean, the thing is too is like, are you really good? I don't know. It's I haven't read much about coronavirus in Afghanistan, but I feel like
I'm sure it's a very nuanced topic.
Yes, that's a very. You should just say that after every single thing that we say.
Oh yeah,
that's my job here.
I really, really, really want like Fox News to have all their coverage of Afghanistan be just about critical race theory.
Well, I saw someone from the Taliban made, which is actually a pretty good point. So the Taliban set up WhatsApp helplines in Kabul because there was looting going on after they took the city, because obviously a big power vacuum, and Facebook shut them down. And the Taliban went on some, I don't know, they gave an interview or a press conference where they're like talking about Facebook censorship. And it's like, that's actually a really good way to kind of get in the hearts and the minds of American people.
100%.
That's one of the biggest topics in America. And so, but also like, it's true. Like also like, don't shut down their WhatsApp lines. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was ridiculous, especially because like it kind of goes against what I personally suspect the American State Department's interest is. Like, they want to normalize Taliban so they can be like, so that it's no longer weird when they're like suspiciously getting mining contracts for American companies from the fucking Taliban. You know what I mean? Because one of the, so for those of you who don't know, Afghanistan is very, very mineral dense. Okay, there's a lot of natural resources to the tune of, like, according to the New York Times, like $3 trillion, specifically $1 trillion or more than $1 trillion worth of lithium there as well. So
sweet,
you know,
lithium.
I'm sure Elon Musk is really excited about that.
So many batteries.
And that was one of the main problems with mineral extraction in the region. And by the way, that was part of the USSR's like geopolitical interests as well. Obviously, back in the day, like we've known about this for a long time. It's not like a new recent development that Afghanistan was very dense in natural resources. It's not necessarily oil. It's just like
no oil. There's basically no oil.
People always say, like, because of Iraq, people always say, like, oil. Like, they went for oil and poppies. Like,
zero blood for oil there.
Yeah, it's all
blood for lithium by the bucket.
Well, the thing is, I don't think most
of love the Green New Deal over there.
They're big Green New Deal heads.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's literally lithium, no oil. Yes, you're 100% correct.
Yeah, all battery powered. I mean, people don't understand that, but actually, there's a lot of startup electric car vehicles that are in Taliban territory. I'm making this up.
Yeah, that's not true. This is not.
There might, I don't know, Chinese. I mean, that's a huge thing for China. That's why they, you know, they also like
the Toyota Mecca.
They have mandates to go full electric in like very soon, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say they would never.
Electric market.
That's a beautiful double entendre, the Toyota Mecca, because of Mecca anime and also the place of worship.
Yeah.
I was about to say, speaking of Toyota, they would never work with inferior products like Teslas. Like, these guys are using the Hilux from like 1993.
Yeah, absolutely. And those things run on diesel.
Yeah, I was gonna say the absolute greatest vehicle ever created.
Driven in many myself.
Yeah,
I can't shake the image of potentially the Taliban being brought down by critical race theory.
Yeah.
After the United States couldn't bring it down after 30 years.
So that was actually what was like really funny to me specifically. I mean, Lauren Boebert said, you know, the only people building back better is the Taliban, it seems like. And then Tucker Carlson came out and like obviously did his like anti-immigrant screed, and you know, he actually last night had like a veteran on to talk about how you know, we can't offer amnesty to the interpreters because, like, I guess one of the interpreters that he worked with in his battalion, like, you know, turned on them and then exposed their position and got like a bunch of people murdered. So outside of that, though, he unironically ended up in support of like how the Taliban were patriarchal.
Yeah.
And that some of the women like that. That's what he said.
Interesting.
And turns out like that's more powerful than the American military, which is now gay because of critical race theory.
I would agree that, yeah, that's, you know, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
American military is pretty gay.
Yeah. So, you know, that was the reason why the Taliban were able to overtake both the American military and the Afghan military, which I believe are also probably under the...
It's because they started educating women.
Yeah, they started educating women, and they were doing critical race theory to like the Afghan national like security forces.
It made them weak.
Well, I know they were talking about how like the U.S. was wasting all this time doing like gender studies at Kabul University, but like I feel like that's sort of a different. I mean, the thing is too, it's like Kabul has always been like, you know, it like a lot of capital cities in a lot of countries. You know, a center of highly educated, you know, middle and upper class people, whereas the countryside, you know, less so. It's, you know, it's either, I mean, yeah, Afghanistan, but also a lot of countries, you know, similar to that, you know, it's like peasantry or, you know, or small laborers in the cities and stuff.
I also have a theory that if the United States had only trained educated women in Afghanistan, they probably wouldn't have just laid down their arms immediately.
Yeah. I'm sure many people have seen the videos of the Taliban just going into these armories.
Yeah.
And like, you know, getting their loadouts together, and
Call of Duty style.
I mean, some of this shit's pretty wild. They all have foregrips now on their like M4s or whatever. I mean, that's like
there was a lot of tactical Taliban.
There really was
roaming the palace in those videos where they're just like, my dude is just he's just dripped out, okay, wearing like, you know, his garb and whatever. He's got slides on, but then he has like a fucking, you know, he is an M4 with like a foregrip,
laser,
like night vision,
like IR and shit, like shit he can't even use. I know if they sold just the accessories from those alone, they would probably make a ton of fucking money.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That video of them all on the like treadmills and stuff was like too much. It's like already ready-made for whatever Adam Curtis movie is coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is too is like I don't blame anybody for not wanting to fight for Ghani. You know, like the fucking the president there. Like, obviously, he has
He's already at the UAE.
Yeah, and he's you know, he took. I mean, when the president split Afghanistan, he took. I mean, I read today that they're saying $160 million in cash, which I don't think he did because that's a lot of bags.
Does he even maybe Bitcoin?
Maybe Bitcoin.
It's a lot of lithium, baby.
But he definitely. I mean, even if he didn't, which I think he did do. I mean, it seems like everybody in Afghanistan is blaming him for taking a bunch of money out of the country.
I'm saying it, dude. I've been drinking pre-workout already. I'm ready to run through a brick wall, baby. Fuck it.